Coca Cola has been the #1 soda on the planet for over 130 years. In that entire time, brand after brand threw hundreds of millions of dollars at trying to take it down. Every single one of them failed. Here are 10 sodas that tried, and what happened to each one. RC Cola has been around since 1905, older than Pepsi in its current form. They were actually first to market with canned soda in 1958, and first to release a Diet Cola in 1962, beating Diet Coke by over 20 years. So why has nobody heard of them? Coca-Cola and Pepsi spent decades locking up exclusive contracts with restaurants, vending machines, and grocery stores. RC Cola couldn't get shelf space at the scale they needed. The company that invented diet soda never got credit for it. RC Cola still exists in about 60 countries. In America, it's an afterthought. Pepsi has been trying to beat Coca-Cola for over 130 years and has never once outsold them globally in a single year. In 1975, Pepsi ran blind taste tests in shopping malls. Unmarked cups. Pick which one you prefer. More people chose Pepsi. Coca-Cola panicked and spent years reformulating their recipe. In 1985, they released New Coke, a sweeter formula designed to beat Pepsi in those exact same tests. The public revolted so hard, Coca-Cola reversed course in 79 days. The backlash reminded an entire generation how much they loved the original. Sales went up. Pepsi handed Coke one of the greatest accidental marketing gifts in history by winning a taste test. Before Red Bull, before Monster, before energy drinks existed as a category, there was Jolt Cola. Launched in 1985 with the slogan, "All the sugar and twice the caffeine." No hiding it. That was the pitch. It built a real following among college students and gamers. Then Red Bull arrived in 1997, and Monster launched in 2002, and they took everything Jolt had built and scaled it by a factor of 100. Jolt filed for bankruptcy in 2009. The company that created the concept of high caffeine drinks never got to profit from the industry they invented. In 1992, clear products were being marketed as cleaner and healthier. Clear soap, clear deodorant. Pepsi's answer was Crystal Pepsi, a completely transparent cola. Same taste, zero color. Super Bowl ad, national rollout. Over $500 million in first-year sales. Then people stopped buying it. A clear liquid that tasted like cola felt wrong in a way nobody could explain, but everyone felt. The human brain associates color with flavor, and it couldn't reconcile the two. Discontinued in 1994. 2 years. Gone. Most people have never heard of Josta. That's the point. In 1995, Pepsi launched the first energy drink ever released by a major American soda company. Caffeinated, contained guaraná, built a small but intensely loyal following. Pepsi discontinued it in 1999. No explanation. Red Bull entered America in 1997. Monster launched in 2002. The energy drink market is now worth over $21 billion a year in the US alone. Pepsi had a 2-year head start and killed it. Coca-Cola watched Mountain Dew dominate the citrus soda market and launched Surge in 1996 to take that market share. Heavily caffeinated, neon green, feed the rush. It actually worked for about 2 years. At its peak, Surge held 3.5% of the total US soda market. Mountain Dew fought back. Surge never shook the perception that it was just a knockoff. Discontinued in 2003. A Facebook fan group later petitioned Coca-Cola so loudly they relaunched it exclusively on Amazon in 2014. It sold out in days. Surge is the first discontinued soda ever brought back purely because of a social media campaign. Pepsi Blue was a bright cobalt blue berry-flavored cola launched in 2002. Endorsed by Britney Spears. Major marketing push. The taste was the problem. Intensely sweet. Artificial berry flavor most people described as cough syrup. Discontinued in the United States in 2004. 2 years. Same lifespan as Crystal Pepsi. It still exists in Indonesia and parts of the Middle East, where the sweetness profile is more popular. In America, it is remembered as one of the worst decisions Pepsi ever made. Tab is different from every other brand on this list because it wasn't a challenger. It was Coca Cola's own product. Launched in 1963 as one of the first diet sodas ever made. At its peak, it outsold Diet Pepsi. Then Coca Cola launched Diet Coke in 1982 and immediately redirected every marketing dollar away from Tab. Tab survived for 57 more years entirely on the loyalty of its original fanbase, with almost zero corporate support. Coca Cola discontinued it in 2020 during the pandemic while the world was distracted. The fans were furious. Tab outlasted dozens of competitors, and Coca Cola quietly ended it anyway. In 2006, Redux Beverages launched a drink called Cocaine Energy. Not a metaphor. That word on the can in large letters. 280 milligrams of caffeine per serving. More than 3 times a Red Bull. A burning sensation in the throat from capsaicin designed to mimic the real thing. The FDA came after it immediately. Stores pulled it. Several states tried to ban it. Redux rebranded briefly, then went right back to the original name. Here's the thing. The controversy was the marketing strategy. Every FDA crackdown was a free news cycle. The drink still exists in limited distribution today. It never threatened Coca Cola, but as a publicity stunt disguised as a beverage, it was nearly perfect. April 23, 1985. Coca Cola announces they are changing their 99-year-old formula. Within days, the switchboard was receiving 8,000 calls a day. Psychiatrists appeared on news programs to discuss grief over a soft drink. Cases of original Coke sold on the secondary market for $30 a bottle. A man in Seattle formed a group called the Society for the Preservation of the Real Thing. Coca Cola reversed course in 79 days, one of the fastest public corporate surrenders in American business history. New Coke limped along as a secondary product before being fully discontinued in 2002. Some marketing historians argue the entire thing was intentional, a calculated move to remind an entire generation why they loved the original. Whether it was a mistake or a masterpiece, the result was the same. Coca Cola came out stronger. Every challenger on this list came out weaker, and the red can kept selling. 10 sodas, 10 different strategies, 10 different ways to lose to the same company. You can out-caffeinate it. You can out-market it. You can make it clear, blue, or illegal. You cannot out-feel it. That is why every single one of these failed.